Hola, buenos días. Soy la señorita Alana aquí y vamos a repasar el tema. El título es Adelante. Adelante means go forward, go ahead, let's move on. So your title is Adelante y el objetivo is to revise the topic that we have completed and to revise the grammar learned in this topic. So pause the recording, get the title written down, write down the date as well in Spanish if you can, and copy the objective. Muy bien, entonces, para empezar, can you remember what these places are in town? What do they mean in English? Also, are these places masculine or feminine? And in Spanish, can you list 4 more places that you might find in a town? Pause the recording to give yourself time to do that. Vale, las respuestas. A ver. So, castillo is un castillo. It's masculine. It's a castle. Mercado is un mercado. It's masculine. It's a market. Playa is una playa. It's feminine. It's a beach. Estadio is un estadio. It's masculine also, and it means a stadium. Una universidad. It's una. It's feminine. It means university. Museo is also masculine. It's un museo and it means a museum. Well done. Muy bien. Okay, vamos a repasar gramática. We're going to revise some grammar now. So having just done the previous exercise, we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at indefinite articles. Don't be afraid of the name. An indefinite article is just a or some. So the words for a or some and also many change according to the gender. That means whether it's masculine or feminine of a noun and whether it's singular or plural. So if we have a look at this little table, so if you see un, it's the masculine version of a or an. If you see una, it's the feminine version of a or an. If you see unos, it's the masculine version of some. If you see unas, it's the feminine version of some. If you see muchos, it's the masculine version of many or a lot of. And muchas is the feminine version. Okay, so we're going to do this little activity. You're going to choose the correct version of each word and complete the sentences. So let's just go through and check that we all agree on what these pictures are. So in the text, the first picture you've got is of a stadium. So you need to decide in Spanish, is stadium un or una? It's un. Okay, there's your example. So you would write, en mi ciudad hay un estadio. Y, then number 2 is a picture of a swimming pool. So you need to think, right, swimming pool in Spanish, is it un or una? And write the word for swimming pool in Spanish. Then picture number 3 is a sports centre. Okay, begins with a P. There's a hint for you. Number 4 is museums. It's plural because it says unos or unas, but you need to decide, is it unos or unas? Number 5 is shops. Find the word for shops. Look at the end of it. Does it end in AS or OS? Is it feminine or masculine? Number 6 is a picture of a town square, and it's plural, so you need to do town squares. It's only one word for town squares in Spanish. Another hint, it also begins with a P. Number 7 is parks. Okay, and number 8 is cafes. Okay, good luck. Pause the recording. Vale, muy bien. Vamos a mirar las respuestas. We're going to look at the answers. Entonces, número 1, un estadio. Número 2, una piscina. Número 3, un polideportivo. Polideportivo was sports centre. I wasn't sure if you would remember that. Well done. Number 4, número 4, unos museos. Número 5, muchas tiendas. It's got to be muchas because it's tiendas, it's feminine. Número 6, muchas plazas. So town squares was plazas. Again, it ends in an AS, so you make the muchas end in an AS. Número 7, Unos parques. Now, parques was a difficult one because it doesn't end in os or as, but you just need to learn that parks is masculine, okay? So if it's singular, it's un parque. If it's plural, it's unos parques. And lastly, number 8, muchos restaurantes. That's another one where you just have to learn that restaurante is masculine. Okay, so it's muchos restaurantes. Very well done. That was challenging. So very, very well done if you got all 8. Okay, next thing. We're going to revise the topic of mi ciudad. Mi ciudad means my town. And we're going to do a little bit of listening. Okay? It says, escucha la entrevista con Julia y escribe las letras correctas. What do you think they're expecting you to do? Because quite often in a test or in an exam, the instructions will be in Spanish. So look at the activity. It looks to me like it's multiple choice. So what it's telling you to do is listen to the interview with Julia and write down the correct letters. Okay, so you write numbers 1 to 5 and then you listen and you decide for each one, is it A, B or C? Buena suerte.
Escucha la entrevista con Julia y escribe las letras correctas. 1,
¿Cómo es tu ciudad, Julia?
Mi ciudad es bastante antigua. Me gusta mucho.
¿Cómo es tu ciudad, Julia?
Mi ciudad es bastante antigua. Me gusta mucho.
2,
¿Qué hay en tu ciudad?
Hay muchos parques, pero mi sitio favorito es el mercado. Me encanta.
¿Qué hay en tu ciudad?
Hay muchos parques, pero mi sitio favorito es el mercado. Me encanta.
3,
¿Por qué te gusta?
Me gusta mucho comer gambas y calamares en el mercado.
¿Por qué te gusta?
Me gusta mucho comer gambas y calamares en el mercado.
4,
¿Qué haces los sábados?
Por la mañana juego al fútbol y luego por la tarde hago natación en la piscina.
¿Qué haces los sábados?
Por la mañana juego al fútbol y luego por la tarde hago natación en la piscina.
5,
¿Qué vas a hacer este fin de semana?
El domingo voy a ir al estadio donde voy a ver un partido de fútbol con mi hermana.
¿Qué vas a hacer este fin de semana?
El domingo voy a ir al estadio donde voy a ver un partido de fútbol con mi hermana.
Okay, brilliant. Remember, if you didn't catch any of that, just rewind it. You're in control here, not me. Okay, let's look at the answers. Las respuestas. Okay. Number 1 was A. Number 2 was C. Number 3 was A. Number 4 was B. And number 5 was B as well. Fenomenal. Muy bien. Vale. Vamos a hacer un poco de gramática otra vez. We're going to do a little bit more grammar again. This time, el verbo ir, the verb ir. Ir means to go. Now, it's really important in Spanish. It's also an irregular verb, which means that you can't really apply all the knowledge that you've learnt about taking the infinitive and knocking off the ending and adding a new ending. You just need to learn this one off by heart. And it is well worth it because it's a very important verb. So ir is the infinitive to go. Voy is I go. Vas is you go. Va is he or she goes. Vamos, which you've probably heard lots of times. Vamos. Vamos is we go. Vais is you plural go. So as in you all go. And van is they go. So if I was to say voy al parque, that means I go to the park. Remember, that you can't say voy a él. A él, you can't do that in Spanish. Look at the little red, orangey red box on the right hand side. A and él is not allowed. It becomes al. Okay, a la is fine. So you can say van a la bolera, they go to the bowling alley. But remember, when it's a and el, you've got to blend it together and make it al. So what you're looking at here is ir plus a. That means to go to. So voy a, van a. I want you to write 6 sentences, each containing one element from the coloured boxes. I want you to translate your sentences into English as well. So for example, I'll take a bit out of the green box, a bit out of the blue box, and a bit out of the purple box. So the example would be, los viernes voy al parque. On Fridays, I go to the park. Over to you. Pause the recording to do this. Vale, muy bien. Otra vez, vamos a repasar un poco de gramática. We're going to revise again a little bit of grammar, this time with a bit more writing, translating to be precise. I want you to translate these sentences into Spanish using everything that you've learnt so far. So I want you to write, we go to the beach in Spanish, she goes shopping in Spanish. Just use what we've just done, okay? Use the verb ir and conjugate it to show me who it is that's doing the action. Have a go. Pause the recording to do this. Muy bien. A ver, las respuestas. Número 1. We go to the beach in Spanish is vamos a la playa. Give yourself a tick if you got that right. I will allow half marks. Use your own judgment here. Número 2. She goes shopping is ella. You don't have to put the ella. Just va de compras is enough. Número 3. I go to the cinema is voy al cine. Número 4. On Saturdays they go to the park is los sábados van al parque. Número 5. Sometimes you, singular, meaning you one person, not you all, sometimes you go to the swimming pool. That would be a veces vas a la piscina. So a veces is something you learnt quite a while ago. I wonder if you remembered that. Give yourself half a mark if you didn't get the a veces. Número 6. At the weekend, you go to the bowling alley, and this is you all go. So it will be los fines de semana vais a la bolera. I'm sure that you all got vais a la bolera. Whether you got los fines de semana, I'm not sure. Well done if you did, but if not, half a mark. Be honest. Okay, very well done. Good. Next, bit more grammar. This time the future tense. Now you did this very recently, el tenso futuro. Okay, let's just recap. Let's remind ourselves. You use the near future tense to say what you're going to do. So we've just been talking in the present tense, saying I go to the bowling alley, you go to the beach. But this time I'm thinking to the future. So I'm going to play football. We are going to do sport. Okay, so to form the near future tense, we use the present tense of ir. We've just revised it. Voy, vas, va, vamos, vais, van. And then you put a, and then you put the infinitive. So have a look. Voy a jugar, that's the infinitive of to play. Voy a jugar al fútbol. Or vamos a hacer, hacer is the infinitive to do. Vamos a hacer deporte. So let's look at this table. On the left-hand side, you've got all the infinitives. Remember, an infinitive always ends in AR, ER or IR. Okay, you've got your infinitives on the left-hand side. Then the present tense in the middle. So that's where I've knocked off the ending. I've knocked off the AR, ER or IR. And I've started to conjugate it. You know, this is revising. This is going back over what we've done this term. Okay, so it's all about adding on the right ending. Remember, when I'm the one doing the action, it usually ends in an O, unless it's irregular, like the verb ir. Okay, then the last column is the near future tense. So you're going to need to write down more than one word. It's not just a one-word answer. It's going to be voy a plus the infinitive. Okay, have a think. Don't panic. This isn't impossible. You're perfectly capable of doing this. Pause the recording. Give yourself time to do it. Okay? If you're really stuck, I'll show you the answers in a sec. Okay, good luck. Vale, las respuestas, the answers. Okay, so this is the same table, it's just in a slightly different format. Let's have a look at the answers. So the first thing you needed to do was give the near future tense, top row, I am going to listen, and your answer should have been voy a escuchar. So voy a plus the infinitive to listen, voy a escuchar. Number 2, I am going to dance. Well, you've just done I am going to listen, so what do you think it's going to be? It would be voy a bailar. Okay, is it making sense now? Número 3. Now this time it's not the future tense, it's the present tense. So the verb to eat is comer. I'm going to knock off the ending and add an O because it's I eat, it's como. Number 4. We're back in the near future tense. I am going to play. So just like you did above, you're going to put voy a, and then I need the infinitive to play. Well, it's in the first column. Just put it all together. Voy a jugar. Muy bien. Okay, then number 5. Present tense of hacer. Now, this is a nasty one. It's irregular. And I don't know if you'll get it. I hope some of you will. It's hago. Hago means I do. And if I was you, I would learn that one off by heart because it doesn't follow a proper pattern. It's got a G in it. Where's the G come from? That's why it's irregular. Okay. Then the near future tense of I am going to do. Well, this bit isn't difficult. Again, it's just voy a plus the infinitive to do, which is in the first column. Okay, so it's voy a hacer. Then number 7, present tense of I go. We've already just discussed that ir is irregular, so it's not going to be iro or any weird stuff like that. It's even weirder. It's voy. Okay. Then the near future tense of I am going to go. Well, take the I go, put in an a, just like you have above, and then the infinitive is ir, so it's voy a ir. I am going to go. It's a pattern. You'll be very good at this if you're good at science and maths because it's a formula. That's what it is. Don't be disheartened though, because I'm completely rubbish at science and maths and I can manage this. So well done. Well done. Okay, next thing. My favourite bit, revising how to order food. Okay, vamos a escuchar. We're going to do some listening. Okay, so escucha. ¿Qué quieren Emilio y Paulina? Escribe las dos letras correctas para cada persona. So you need to listen. What do Emilio and Paulina want? You need to write the 2 correct letters for each person. Okay? Now, little tip, skills, who says what? Sometimes you have to listen and distinguish between 2 different voices, and it's important to listen not only to what they say, but also to who says what, because you won't get it right if you just bung down all the letters. I need to know, what does Emilio want and what does Paulina want? So listen for their 2 different voices, okay? You'll hear each one twice as usual. Okay, buena suerte.
Escribe las 2 letras correctas para cada persona.
Buenos días. ¿Qué queréis?
A ver, ¿qué quieres, Paulina?
Quiero una ración de croquetas, por favor. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué quieres, Emilio?
Quiero una ración de jamón, por favor.
Muy bien. ¿Y de beber?
Quiero una Coca-Cola.
Yo quiero un té.
¿Cuánto es, por favor?
Bueno, son 10, 14, 26 euros 50. Buenos días. ¿Qué queréis?
A ver, ¿qué quieres, Paulina?
Quiero una ración de croquetas, por favor. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué quieres, Emilio?
Quiero una ración de jamón, por favor.
Muy bien. ¿Y de beber?
Quiero una Coca-Cola.
Yo quiero un té.
¿Cuánto es, por favor?
Bueno, son 10, 14, 26 euros 50.
Muy bien. Okay, let's see how you did. Right, Emilio wanted D, una ración de jamón, a portion of ham, and E, una Coca-Cola. And Paulina ordered A, una ración de croquetas, a portion of croquettes, and also F, un té, a tea. Muy bien. Give yourself 4 out of 4 if you got all of those right. Perfecto. Okay, vamos a repasar mi ciudad. So again, we're going to revise the topic of my town with a bit of reading. Okay, so this is an article all about Sevilla. Seville is a town in the south of Spain, and it says Sevilla en 12 horas, Seville in 12 hours. It's a catchy headline because it's a tourist article. You need to read it and fill in the gaps in these sentences in English. So, for example, number 1, according to the text, Seville is romantic and... So you need to read through it. If I was you, see if you can recognise the word for romantic, it's near the top, and then find the word that comes pretty much after it, and that'll be your gap. But you've got to translate it into English to put it in the gap. Now, a little tip for you, it's using the 4 C's. You don't need to understand every word. You're probably looking at this and thinking, oh, that's loads. I can't read all that. You can, and you don't need to understand every single word. To help you work out the meaning of new words, you need to use the 4 C's. So, first thing is clues. Look for clues in the questions in English. Number 2, look for cognates. Do you remember what a cognate is? It's a word that's similar or almost exactly the same as it is in Spanish as it is in English. Number 3, context. By context, I mean look at what it's talking about. So in the sentence, it might say, at the cathedral, you'll be able to. Right, we'll find something. Look at something to do with the cathedral. Find the bit. There's a picture of a cathedral, so it must be in that first column. And luckily for you, cathedral is a cognate. Number 4, use your common sense, okay? So if you're really, really stuck, just predict the answer. Just guess, because often guesses will save you bacon, okay? Right, pause the recording to give yourself time to do this. Good luck. A ver, las respuestas. Okay, let's look at how you did. So, according to the text, Seville is romantic and very pretty or nice, because it said bonita. A guided tour is ideal if you like history, typical food, and art. Number 3, at the cathedral, you will be able to take photos. Number 4, at the tapas restaurant, you should try the croquettes and prawns. Number 5, Triana is also famous for its traditional market. Fine if you just put market. Number 6, at the very end of the visit, you are going to take part in a dance class. That was hard, that last bit, and clase de baile, but hopefully you got all of them. Very well done. This is really testing your skills. I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. So if you're still with me and you're still having a go, well done. Okay, we're going to revise telling the time. A bit of reading. Put these times into chronological order. Chronological means put them from earliest through to latest. Okay? Pause the recording to give yourself time to do that. Muy bien, vale. Las respuestas, the answers. Here we go. First one you should have written down was son las 6 menos 10, which means it's 10 to 6. Next one was son las 6:30, which means it's 6:30. Next one was son las 7 menos 5, which means it's 5 to 7, or 6:55. The next one was son las 7:15, which is 7:15. And then the next one is son las 7:20, which is 7:20. If you found this difficult, go back and do it again. Rewind, because you haven't memorised all of my answers. Rewind, do it again. Maybe you didn't understand what it was that you were meant to do. It all sort of features around sort of 6-ish, 7 o'clock-ish. You just had to put the times in order. Okay? Muy bien. Next one. Again, revising telling the time. This time we're going to do a little bit of listening. You're going to, well, let's see if you can understand these instructions. Escucha y elige la respuesta correcta. Look at the activity. What do you think you've got to do? Okay, you've got number 1 and number 2. It's multiple choice again. You just have to choose what time Sam is going to the pool. Is he going at 6:30, 6:20 or 6:30 p.m? So you've got 6:30 in the morning, 6:20 in the evening and 6:30 in the evening. So automatically you need to be thinking, right, what's the word for morning? What's the word for evening? If you don't know, pause the recording and find out. Number 2, Dora is going to go shopping at 10:45 on Saturday morning, 11:45 on Saturday morning, or 10:45 on Sunday morning. So straight away you need to be thinking, right, how do I say those times? What am I listening out for? And also, what's the difference between Saturday and Sunday in Spanish? Which word am I looking out for? Okay? Right, let's have a listen. But quick, before we do that, little tip. Red herrings. Do you know what a red herring is? It's like a false friend. It's where they try and trick you. Sometimes people call it a distractor. When you're listening, beware of distractors or red herrings. These are things that are close to the right answer, but they're not quite right. So always read the question very carefully and listen carefully too. Okay, I'm going to play the recording now. You'll hear it twice. Buena suerte.
1,
Voy a ir a la piscina con mi padre a las 6:30 de la tarde. Voy a ir a la piscina con mi padre a las 6:30 de la tarde.
2,
Voy a ir de compras con mi madre el sábado por la mañana, a las 11 menos cuarto.
Okay, right. Well, if you need to listen again, just rewind it. Like I said before, you're in control here. I'm going to go through the answers now, though. So if you want to listen again, rewind now. Okay, las respuestas. Número 1. Samuel is going to the pool at 6:30 p.m. Okay, he said 6:30 de la tarde. Tarde means afternoon or evening. It also means late, but here it meant afternoon. Okay. Número 2. Dora is going to go shopping at 10:45 on Saturday morning. The word for morning in Spanish is mañana. Okay, so sábado por la mañana. Well done if you got those right. Again, that was tricky. Okay, now we're going to revise the topic of mi ciudad. Keep going with that. A bit more listening for you. This time, what do you think you've got to do here? Now this is the kind of question you would get at GCSE. It says, escucha a 5 personas que hablan de su pueblo. ¿Cuál es su opinión? Escribe P, positivo, N, negativo, o P, I, N, positivo y negativo. 1 a 5. Okay, what do you think you've got to do? Right, so it says you've got to listen to 5 people who are talking about their town. Okay, pueblo is another word for town. ¿Cuál es su opinión? What's their opinion? Escribe, write P if what they say is positive, so if they like it or if they say something good about it. Write N if what they say is negative, so, you know, they don't like it or it's ugly or something like that. And you write P and N if they say a bit of both. Now, this is a challenge, okay? So some tips. Using your listening skills, remember these strategies for when you're doing listening. Look at the questions and try to predict the words that you might hear. So let's have a look. We've got sports facilities, shopping facilities, places to visit, places to eat, and outdoor spaces. So for sports facilities, they're going to probably mention estadio, polideportivo, piscina. For shopping facilities, that you're going to need to know the words in Spanish for shops, so tiendas. Places to visit, think about all the touristy things like museos, monumentos, catedral. What about places to eat? So cafeterias, restaurantes. And outdoor spaces, well, they're probably talking about parques, playas, that kind of thing, espacios verdes, green spaces. So also listen out for small words like no. If you hear no, then automatically it's a negative. You know, no me gusta, no hay. Listen for positive and negative adjectives as well. Phrases like me gusta, obviously, and focus on the information that you're listening for. And beware of red herrings and distractors. Okay, good luck.
1. La piscina es muy moderna y el polideportivo es guay. Me encanta. La piscina es muy moderna y el polideportivo es guay. Me encanta.
2. El centro comercial es demasiado pequeño, pero las tiendas son fantásticas. El centro comercial es demasiado pequeño, pero las tiendas son fantásticas. 3.
El museo es bastante interesante. En mi opinión, el castillo es muy aburrido. El museo es bastante interesante. En mi opinión, el castillo es muy aburrido.
4.
No hay restaurantes, no hay cafeterías, no hay sitios para comer. No hay restaurantes, no hay cafeterías, no hay sitios para comer.
5. No hay cine, pero hay un parque enorme, muchas plazas, una playa bonita. Es un pueblo estupendo. No hay cine, pero hay un parque enorme, muchas plazas, una playa bonita. Es un pueblo estupendo.
A ver, las respuestas. Número 1, P, positivo. Número 2, P y N, positivo y negativo. Número 3, P y N otra vez, positivo y negativo. Número 4, negativo. Y número 5, positivo. Muy bien, fenomenal. Okay, right, you've worked so hard. This has been a long lesson and you may not have done it all in one go, but you'll be pleased to know that we're on the last task. So now you're going to show off your writing skills. You've done lots of listening, a bit of reading. Now for writing, Escribe. I want you to write an article about your town. Use everything that we've covered in this topic. So things to include where you live. So that's going right back to basics. What there is to do in your town. So remember there is. You could also make it negative, not what there isn't. Do you like your town or not? And why? What do you normally do on Saturdays and weekends? What are you going to do, future tense, this weekend? So you're getting a mixture of tenses in there as well. Go back and reread the reading activities in this lesson to help you, and you can borrow sentence ideas. Don't just copy out the whole thing though, because I will notice. Use a range of connectives to extend your sentences. So you could say porque es antiguo y también, because it's old, and also voy al parque donde juego. I go to the park where I play. Donde juego al fútbol, donde juego al rugby, lo que sea. Un pueblo que se llama is how you say a town which is called. Use negatives to add variety to your answers. So you could say no voy a la playa, I don't go to the beach. Porque no hay una playa, because there isn't a beach. Nunca juego al tenis, I never play tennis. Or no hay nada en mi pueblo, there's nothing in my town. That's what you all say about Cheltenham, isn't it? Oh, there's nothing to do. So I want you to wow me and Mr. Scognamilio with your fantastic writing skills, and we'll look forward to you taking a photo of your work and submitting it to us on Show My Homework. Okay, you've done really well. And that just leaves me to say hasta luego, adiós y ten cuidado.